Yes, we'll take a question of it.
Yes, thank you. Grégoire Améres, Brian Garnier. On the replication of the Sage Pay business in continental Europe, could you just update us on how you will develop this business on every country? Because I think there are, however, some specificities from a country to another, and how you will develop the partner channels in order to boost that. And
okay, so it's a big question. So I'll give you some highlights rather than take you through the whole business plan. So our focus is going to be on Germany, France, and Spain. Partly because those are the biggest opportunities, as I showed on the chart, but also, of course, we've got very significant Sage presence in each of those markets, which we can leverage. And in terms of channel partners, which was the second part of your question, we have some existing relationships as Sage Pay with international partners, so either e-commerce platforms, internet hosting companies that themselves already operate across multiple countries.
Okay. Can we just go to next to Gregory, please? No? Yeah, you're right.
Sorry. Can you a little bit talk about the impact that PayPal potentially has on your business? I mean, at the moment you talk a lot about credit cards, but you have PayPal, you have Alipay in China. It seems to be that the whole e-wallet space might kind of opening up, and what's the implication for you? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So I don't know if everybody here, but the question was, what's the impact on our payments business of PayPal, but also Alipay in China? So PayPal is actually, for Sage Pay in the UK, a key partner. So PayPal is fully integrated within the Sage Pay admin application as a payment type. So a consumer, so Guitar, for example, they can log on, look at yesterday's transactions, and we'll see this all to one customer taking a MasterCard debit card, one was a Visa credit card, the next one a PayPal payment. So we're adding value by integrating that, and they can sign up for PayPal through Sage Pay, and then we have a revenue share and commission deal with PayPal as a key partner of theirs. They do compete in some ways. They have a gateway offering, but that's not the focus of their business. And I think as Sage as a whole, we're used to cooperating with companies that in some areas we also compete with. Alipay is not a company that we're working with currently because for payments, Asia has not yet been a focus.
Okay. Anthony?
Anthony Miller again. Can you give us some sense as to the competitive landscape here? I'm trying to understand, is it populated by like little Verices and Protexes in different country markets, or is there a giant that is truly global? Are other software companies like you doing integration with other sort of payment systems? How does that all look?
There isn't a giant that dominates. Again, part of why we're focusing on expansion into the rest of Europe is because those markets are mostly quite nascent. In the States, though, again, it's relatively fragmented depending on which area of payments you look at. So if you looked at physical retail card processing, there are some really large players that have significant market share there, like Chase Payment Tech and First Data. The online space is more fragmented. In terms of other software companies, we think we've got quite a differentiated approach.
Question in the corner over there.
Just on the same point, I mean, is most of the payments sold with bundled with a merchant acquisition, and therefore there's a considerable investment you have to make in terms of merchant acquiring as well? Can you launch these products, payment products, without also going into the merchant acquisition business?
Yeah, so in the UK, until this year, that's pretty much that is what we've done. Pardon?
Trivial business in the UK at the moment.
The merchant acquiring? Or the whole business?
Yeah, the whole business.
God, you've just undermined my whole reason for being. It's a small part of Sage. I'll accept that. It's not material. So in the US, we provide merchant acquiring to all our customers. We've worked very hard on making that a very efficient process. So the cost of onboarding a customer is actually quite low. Some of the value chain we have in-house, some we work very closely with external partners, and we can onboard customers at a very in short time and therefore low cost. And in the UK, we're offering merchant services through a partner. So again, there the cost is limited. It's quite a bureaucratic process. There's a lot of form filling that customers have to go through because someone ultimately has to back that financial transaction.
Great. Well, okay. Thanks very much, Simon. We've taken in a lot of information so far. We've talked about our growth drivers, talked about the web and leveraging the web. We've gone into detail on 3 opportunities: healthcare, payments, and the upper mid-market. So we're going to change tack now as we draw to a close. Paul is going to talk to us to share some financial perspectives on some of the themes we've been talking about before Guy summarizes, and then we go to final Q&A. So over to you, Paul.